Today we'll be doing printmaking. We're going to be making something like this on this type of colored paper. We're also going to be making white prints on black paper. We'll be doing color inks on color paper, and we'll be doing black ink on white paper. So first, you're going to get a piece of styrofoam like this. You're going to get your picture. I have a fish, I'm going to get a small piece of tape and put it in the middle of my styrofoam like this. Then I'm going to write my name here on the back with my class. So here, I wrote my name here. You can see here, Miss Tammy with 4.1. I'm going to attach my picture to the styrofoam with a small piece of tape, and then I'm going to trace my picture with my pencil. I'm going to carefully and slowly outline all the lines of this fish. Now my pencil will poke through the paper, and the paper might rip a little bit, but that's okay. You want to make sure that you are pressing firmly and that you're able to draw all the lines. Now you want to press kind of hard so that you can get all of the lines pressed into the styrofoam. After I've traced all my lines and all of the little details as much as I can, I'm going to peel off my picture, and once I peel it off, I will have a picture onto my styrofoam. Now, you can see that I have all these indentations where my pencil traced over the picture. I need to go back with my pencil and make sure that these indentations are kind of deep, because I want there to be a pressed in line here. So I'm going to go back with my pencil and slowly and carefully make sure that all of my lines are pressed in. Okay, I don't want to press so hard that I punch through the styrofoam to the other side, but I want to make sure that I can see and feel that I have all of these textures, these pressed in points for my styrofoam. Okay? I do not want to punch a hole through to the other side like this. I don't want to do that. But I want to make sure that my styrofoam has an indentation. So you can see on the back here that the pencil line is not showing. You can't see it, but on this side, the pencil line is clear and visible. And when I feel it, I can feel all of the pencil lines. Okay, so you want to make sure you get all those pencil lines. So you want to press kind of firmly to make sure that all of the lines are pressed in. Okay, after you have this drawn in, then it's ready to print. It's time to print. So first, I'm going to get my colored paper, and I want to print this 4 times. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. I want to print it 4 times on my paper, like this. Okay? Now, I need to get my materials ready. So, I have some paint, acrylic paint here on a styrofoam plate, and I have my brayer. This is my brayer, and I use this to transfer the paint onto the styrofoam here. So Now I'm going to take my brayer, and the brayer has a side that sticks out like this, and it also has a side that does not stick out like that. So I want to make sure that this side without the bump is down. Okay? I want to hold my brayer so that this part here is down. Okay? It's down. Now, I'm ready to put some paint onto my brayer. This part is going down. I'm going to gently roll my brayer across the paint. There. I want to make sure that I've got paint all over this roller part here. This roller part here needs to have paint on it, on all sides. So I'm going to move my brayer around so that I get paint on my roller. Gently move and roll the brayer up and down like this so that I have paint across here, the roller part. There. Now I think I am ready. I have enough paint here. There's a thin layer of paint all across on all sides. Now I'm going to take my brayer and I'm going to hold my styrofoam fish here, and I'm going to gently roll the brayer over the styrofoam like this so that I get paint all over. Now this is a very messy project. I'm going to need to be very careful that I don't get paint all over my fingers. If I get paint all over my hands, I need to make sure that I'm wiping it on my rag, okay? You need to grab a rag like this and make sure you wipe your fingers like this. Otherwise, the paint on your fingers will transfer onto your paper, and you don't want that. So, gently and slowly run the brayer across the styrofoam like this until the styrofoam is covered with paint. I have a thin coat of paint all over my styrofoam. I don't want to press so hard because I want some of this white part to stay white. The white part is where my pencil marks were. And so I'm going to keep that part white. I'm not going to press the paint into all of the white areas. I'm gently and very lightly rolling the brayer across the top. That's it. Just very lightly. Now I put my brayer back here where the paint is. I'm going to take my paper over here, and I'm going to start here, and I'm going to gently place my styrofoam right there. Now I'm going to, with clean hands, make sure you wipe your fingers here on your rag, gently press. Press all the corners, 4 corners, and the center. Press, 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 press. Gently press. You don't need to pound it. There's no need to hit it. You just gently press. Okay, and make sure your hands and your fingers are clean. Otherwise, you're gonna get paint all over here, and you don't want that. Okay, now I think I'm ready to lift off my styrofoam print. I'm going to gently hold the paper, and I'm going to peel back the styrofoam. There. All right, that's my first print. Now I'm going to do that again. I'm going to get more paint on my brayer. Gently roll the brayer so that the paint gets covered, and I can go in this direction too, side to side, up and down. So my brayer is covered with paint. Now holding my styrofoam, I'm going to gently roll the brayer across the styrofoam and coat it with a thin coat of paint. There. Try to get all the edges. You can get it over here too, but you'll have to be careful that it doesn't move around. All right. Now my hands need to be wiped again because I'm ready to print. Now I'm going to place this over here. I'm going to make sure that the edge is lined up over here. Place it down and then press. Press firmly and push down. Make sure your hands are clean and you're not getting paint all over the paper with your fingers. Press firmly on all sides. Top, bottom, and side and corners. Okay? Press firmly, then lift off the styrofoam carefully. There. This time I had more paint. So actually when you have more paint, it comes out much brighter. And so this is what you want, not this. All right, so let's do it again. I'm going to get more paint here on my brayer, side to side, up and down. Okay, there. Roll my brayer over the styrofoam again. Gently, don't push into the styrofoam. You only want to gently run it over the surface, like this. There. Okay. Now I'm going to print over here on the bottom left. Turn this over and line it up here. Put it down and then gently press. Make sure that my fingers are not filled with paint and touching the paper. Press firmly. Don't hit, just press. And then peel. There. And one last time. I'm going to get more paint here on my brayer, side to side, up and down. And then transfer the paint onto the styrofoam. There. Now, flip it over, line it up here and here, and then put it down and press. Press firmly all the way down. Okay, now I'm ready to peel it back. There. All right. I'm not going to go back in and redo this one because it's not going to line up properly, so I'm just going to leave it. All right, so I'm done with my first print. Now it's time to make this one. So this is a different sample of some plants that I did on this colored tissue paper painted background. So we're going to do this next. We need black ink. So what you're going to do is take your styrofoam print to the sink. You're going to take a sponge like this next to the sink and gently wash it out with water. Okay? You don't use the rough side, you use the gentle side, the soft side, and gently wash off the blue ink because now I need black ink.